Blessings, Taurus, or communicator and connector. So that is your avatar as a Taurus is your level one avatar. You have three different levels, but we're going to focus on your level one because this is going to be your first place of mastery. So we are going to do the January 2024 reading for you. And as you're listening to this reading, just reflecting on where your life you resonate, like where can you connect the information that's coming through the reading into your life? And if it doesn't resonate, this is a general reading and that's okay. This may not be for you. And just definitely tune in next month or later in the month. I'll be doing a avatar activation specifically for you, and maybe you'll resonate with that a little bit more. All right. So, as a communicator and a connector, you have the ability to take information that somebody is sharing and up level it in a very clean and clear way. You are so important. You can see yourself as the bridge. You're truly the bridge between an idea and the creation of that idea. So you are holding such a beautiful space. And I just want you to just let yourself absorb that, just how powerful and magnificent you are. And of course, this is just your level one. So if it doesn't resonate, all I'm going to say is use it anyways. Like, where in your life can you step into the role of communicating? Because it's important. Being a very clear communicator and being able to connect somebody's idea to an expression or into a place where it can actually be created is so important in becoming bioquantum. So even if it's just you, I have an idea. How do I communicate that idea to others? So holding that as we move into your reading. Okay, so we're going to pull the first card, which is in the space of how you are holding your own frequency and awareness. So if there's an intention that you want to hold, but I also want to keep it open enough that you're able to maybe get some hits on where this reading is actually trying to show you information and give you guidance around that. And then of course ascend it beyond the programmed body so that you can experience outside the matrix or beyond the illusion that you're currently holding. This is how we become bioquantum. Okay, so the first frequency is what you're aware of. And if you're not aware of it, you're going to be aware of it very soon. Or guess what? I'm going to actually tell you right now. All right, so this is the frequency where you're definitely in a change and you are shifting things. You are already having the evidence of shifting things. You're either like in the middle of it and things could be almost a little staticky because of those changes, or you might be feeling great about the change and the static is kind of outside of yourself. But whatever it is, you are very aware that you are in a big change. And if this hasn't happened yet, it's coming. So it's coming really fast. I would say probably even before January. Um, this is I'm just going to say it's a huge change, and it is a big change because of where it's being held. And it is in the mastery level of change. So it's a change that's definitely supporting you for the best. And if it doesn't feel that way right now, it's going to. So just trust in the change. Let yourself experience the change without resistance, trying to let go of those attachments and let it bring you into where you're going next. All right, let's go ahead and pull a DMT code for that. Okay, so the DMT code is the 3, and which is interesting because that is communicating an idea and having it actually written down. You can see it like the 3 is the architect, right? So it's the ability to create a blueprint of the communication of that idea. So how can we relate this to what you're aware of right now? You're aware of a big change. I'm just intuitively feeling that if you were not the one that initiated this change, you were either consciously or unconsciously pushing somebody else to make the change for you. So holding that. And then the ability to hold that three is the frequency of allowing yourself to kind of stay in that place where you're very aware of exactly what needs to change. So when you're in the change, I want you to take note. I guess the point to this is take note of what's changing. Like, really be aware of it. Like, you're aware that there's a big change. You're aware if this was your choices or if you're aware that you kind of pushed this into happening. And if you aren't aware, become aware. And then I want you to either write it out, just sit with it. I want you to sit with it because the information that I'm feeling in this is that this self-awareness of where you're holding yourself within this change is going to propel you into a really amazing frequency, but you want to do this right because it is a big change. And in these big changes, it's the more conscious that you can be in this change, the more amazing it's going to be because your consciousness has something to show you. All right, let's move on. Okay, this is interesting because I feel like Aries got this card in this spot too. All right, so you're four, and this is the space of what either your programming is reflecting back to you, what your reality is putting back to you, what other people, whatever's on the other side. And there's probably multiple things, but it's the reflection. And this reflection is one that you're very aware of, or if you're not aware of, it's just under the surface, and this will probably be enough to bring some awareness there. All right, so this is your foundational space. So I have a feeling that whatever this big change is that you're hopefully processing and holding a lot of awareness around is changing your foundation. So this could be where you're living, this could be where you work, this could be a relationship. It's something that was pretty solid in your life, just kind of up and is shifting. So this foundation is, I want to say that it's falling apart. What I'm feeling in this is that it's ascending, right? So you're just moving the foundation up in frequency. But to do that, that can cause some static because we don't know who we are in this new frequency. And it can feel a little scary or uncomfortable. And so whether it's the other person is showing you this, whether you're showing up to work and you're just like, yep, just can't do this anymore. Or another way it could be, let's see, that's relationship, job. It could be that you're literally picking up where you're physically living and moving somewhere else. That could be it as well. So just knowing it's happening and it's happening for the best. Okay, let's go ahead and do a DMT code. Oh, chills. Okay, so you got the nine, which is the ability. And what I love about this is because you are experiencing this foundational shift, you are also very aware of the illusion, right? So what the nine is, it's the master of the matrix. So you're able to see the illusion, not react to the illusion, but respond from a place of consciousness. Whatever the shift is that you're experiencing or you're about to experience is going to be amazing. It may feel a little staticky in the beginning, but this is a good change. I just want you to trust in that. It's going to be amazing. Okay, let's keep going. So this next space is what you're not seeing. So this is the hidden space. So this is what you're experiencing or about to experience. And this is kind of taking what you're aware of and then bringing it to the next level. So this is taking you from that first level of consciousness of something that you're not aware of and bringing it into that second and third level of consciousness to where you're like, oh, now I have a choice because I became aware of something that I wasn't aware of. And what the frequency is showing you here is that you are here. And I love that the 4 is right here, but you are here to build something brand new. Like you are a master creator. So, whatever the shift and foundation that you just are in, it is going to bring you into a new level of mastery. And the message that you need to hear right now is you are already a master creator. So, if you're having doubts about where it is that you're going, rest in that. You are a master creator. Let yourself feel into what that is. If I was a master creator, if I am a master creator, how would I live my life? Right. And then stepping, you could even take it as far as like keep, like what I'm seeing in that is how can I start to communicate my own brilliance? Right? It's like, where do I need to connect? That's your avatar, the connector. Where do I need to connect within my own self to this frequency instead of my programming? So, what am I repeating? What am I looping in? And can I connect my brilliance into not repeating that, but moving into the frequency but just doing it by asking the question, if I am a master creator, how would I be living my life? All right, let's do the code. New foundation. So you're creating a new foundation. You are creating new form. It's going to be, I love this because you're a master creator and you're creating new form, meaning you're going to create something that has not been created before. So if it's a new relationship, it's a conscious relationship. It's a conscious relationship where you are actively creating a relationship in a space that you haven't experienced before. If it's a job, you are actively creating from a place of mastery what it is that new job is going to be. So if it's entrepreneurship, if it's you're working somewhere else, you're going to bring a completely new way of doing something. It's a new foundation. And also I'm getting your new foundation is knowing that you are a master creator. That's your new foundation. So if you need somewhere to rest and feel solid and have a purpose and something to stand on that. I am a master creator. All right, let's keep going. This is good, guys. Okay, so oh my gosh, we got another 4. So this is, okay, wait, 1. So this 4, 4, 4. And then technically we could make that a 4. Okay, so this is the place where it's that co-creation space. So you became aware, and now we're going to bring it into a space where we're co-creating with that intelligence that's activating inside of you. This is the 4th level of consciousness. And I'm immediately hearing that is part of your co-creation space, is being able to hold that 4th level of consciousness. And if you're not aware of what that is, you can go to and I'll put the link in the show notes below as well, a little video on the 4 levels of consciousness. But this is basically the ability to see and do, listen and do, sense and do, or just know, but you know from a frequency outside of your programming and do. So it's action from the new foundation, right? What is your new foundation? I am a master creator. That is where I stand. That is where I am solid. That's where I am solid. So if you start to feel lost, you start to feel doubt, what do? Oh, yeah, I'm a master creator. How would I live my life? See if there's anything else. So, what I'm hearing in this for is truly just your your job as a master creator is to stay in the fourth level of consciousness and to actively practice that. So it's being aware of, am I having thoughts through programming, or am I having new information? Am I attuning my consciousness to new information? And you got the 33, which is a master. Two masters. If you were doubting if you're already a master, I hope this is letting go of those doubts. You are already a master, and it's time to really step up and be that. So, what is your co creation space? Is owning your mastery. How do you do that? You stay out of your programming. And how do you do that? You become aware of, am I thinking through my programming? Am I looping in my programming? Or am I attuning my consciousness to an intelligence beyond that? You are here to step into mastery. And in that co creation space, the ability to listen and do, feel and do, see and do, however you want to do it, that is how you find your mastery. Okay. All right. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm also going to put the link to the intuition course below for that, for those of you that just need to learn to attune consciousness and the frequency of that DMT 963 source intelligence, however you want to see it. All right, so we're going to move into that particles of possibility. I'm just so curious. If you have an idea of what this reading is about, put it in the show notes or in the notes, the comments, because I want to know. I want to know what this is. And I definitely want to hear what's changing, like what this big change is. And if you have some idea of what this new foundation is as well. But I also want to hear just like your thoughts and feelings about holding consciousness in that frequency of 963. You know, I want to know what your experience is. So share it in the comments. I'd love to connect with you that way. All right. Okay. So we have the 7. Oh my gosh, this is so bizarre. But I am positive that Aries had the 7 there as well. Very interesting. Okay. So this is particles of possibility. So this is the space where this is what you were experiencing. We brought in a new level of awareness. We brought in the tool of how to hold that awareness outside of your programming. And now you're moving into this abstract frequency where it's kind of like you take all of that and it just randomly moves into the frequency of 963 so it can become something brand new. So this is, you're in that, you could say you're in that abstract space or that unknown space where you're not really completely conscious of what's there, but you can feel it, right? But what I love is that you actually have the 7 here, and the 7 is the ability to, and it's the mastery level of the 7. So it is the mastery level of being able to tap into that intelligence, and you're a communicator, and you can deliver the message, okay? Or you can deliver whatever it needs to be said, but you're doing it through, I don't, like with lack of a better word, you're channeling the information from the intelligence. It's not coming through the filing cabinet. It's not a rehearsed thing. It's almost like when you open your mouth just stuff comes out and you're just like, oh my God, that was so good. Where'd that come from? Right? You're like, I want to write this down because it's so good. And you know, it's not coming from your programming, it's coming through the intelligence. That's what you're going to start to experience as you shift into what is coming, right? So be sure if you have a thought and you're like, oh my God, that was so good, definitely write it down because it's going to be brand new, right? It's going to be brand new. This is a total reset. It as a master, what is part of your mastery? The ability to communicate information beyond programming, beyond the matrix. Okay, you guys, you're ending with another 5. All right. So, and this is actually the highest level of the 5. And I love this card because it's almost like you're going through this portal and you're about to go through a portal and you don't really know what's on the other side. But that's where you're moving, is that this shift, it's like once you hold this mastery and you're able to actually communicate new information that is so needed in the world, it's there's no stopping you. It's like you just enter this field or this frequency where you're just, okay, what needs to change? Change, 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 change. And it's all for the better, right? This isn't a resistant change. This isn't, I don't want things to change. This is, I'm here to make a change. I'm here to make a change and I'm here to be the change. Meaning, as soon as you see something of density, you can move it into that frequency of and shift it. As soon as you see something of static, you can move right in and shift it. And you keep bringing everything into that frequency of source 963. Let's see what your DMT code is for this. Double 5. Okay. You are here to change the world. And it all starts right now. Right now. Where in your life do you know there's a big change? And one of the reasons that maybe it created this static where you literally have to shift foundational spaces is because it's time to be the master. Okay. It's time to own your own mastery. And in that, once you're in a place of mastery, you're always in change. You don't stay still. There's no, I'm going to sit back and be comfortable, but that feels good. You want to be in the change because it feels more comfortable being in the frequency of that 963, where you're consistently shifting your consciousness to a higher level than to stay stagnant. All right, let's go ahead and code you. So you've already seen the cards. So if you want to, you can go ahead and shut your eyes and we will do the activation. So I'm just going to have you just breathe in a white blue light, allow it to trace along the brain, move down through the spine and out through the mouth, attuning your body to that frequency of 963, connecting into your quantum body. And then we'll bring in the DMT codes of 3, 9, 4, 33, 1, 5. Just feeling those codes as they activate in every cell of your body, bringing your cells into a higher spin state, allowing your body to hold that frequency of finding your mastery, just releasing that intelligence of having your mastery, your new foundation. And in that, you are always going to be shifting and changing, and that's a good thing. And just upgrading your software system, just feeling your body as it raises in frequency and it's holding this intelligence in the frequency of 963. And now you get to go experience that consciously. How do you do that? You stay in the 4th level of consciousness, your awareness of, am I repeating programming? Or am I attuning to an intelligence beyond that? And that I am here to be in mastery of that so that I can change the world. So go do it. Go do it, Taurus. I am super excited for you. And I hope, just let me know what you thought about this reading. And if there's something maybe you'd like me to do differently, just let me know. Um, yeah, sending you all so much love, and go do it. I'm proud of you.